Hi, welcome back to Kim and Friends. Thank you so much for being here today. We have a very long anticipated guest. Having technical difficulties like always when I first start. We have a very long anticipated guest today. My beautiful, wonderful, fabulous daughter, Edna, is here in the studio with me today. And I'm so excited. So, Edna is a daughter to me and Daniel. She is a sissy to her brother Goose, who you met last year. She's a granddaughter, a niece, a cousin. But for the purposes of today's episode, she is the one and only girl on this planet that I am lucky enough to call my daughter. So welcome to Kim and Friends, Edna.
Hi.
Right now, we are currently in her bed with about 8 to 35 weighted stuffies.
They're necessary.
I agree. And we're just going to have a little chat and see where it takes us. She's feeling chatty today. So I was like, let's do it while you're ready. So are you ready?
I'm so ready.
She's so ready, y'all. Okay, tell the people, just like with Goose, how old are you? What grade are you in?
I just turned 14 years old and I'm in 8th grade.
When did you turn 14?
March 3rd.
Yeah, so that was
2 days ago?
Tuesday, and it's Thursday.
Yes, it was
She's
right.
a brand new 14-year-old in 8th grade. And tell me about being an 8th grader.
I don't know. It's a lot harder than 7th grade or 6th grade for a lot of reasons because what the teachers say all the time is they're setting you up for high school. So I'm kind of scared for high school because this is like pure torture, but you know.
And what activities are you into at school?
I mainly just do theater, but outside of school I did some volleyball and soccer, and I used to be on the soccer team, but I'm mainly focusing on theater now.
And what about music?
Oh yeah, I'm also in choir.
Yeah. You do. I feel like you do more with choir than you do with theater right now.
Yeah, I'm doing this thing called solo and ensemble where I pick a song and then I practice it for a month. Yeah, about a month. And then I sing it in front of a judge and they like give me tips on how to get better and they rank me and like yeah. So that's what I'm practicing right now.
What's the name of the song you're singing for that?
Silent.
Cool. And do you have any plays coming up with your theater stuff?
Yeah, it's called Horror Town, which is basically a spoof on a bunch of like scary movies. So Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, all those kinds of things.
So, I know The Shining is in there.
Yeah.
And Psycho. We need to watch those.
I need to watch like all of them.
I know, but like The Shining and Psycho are actually ones that like I like and enjoy. Like Michael Myers and all that stuff you can watch with your dad. I don't need to watch that. But The Shinings are real good. And it's Stephen King. This is a good segue. Talk about, okay. So Edna was Pennywise for Halloween when she was 6 years old. Tell the people about your obsession with Pennywise.
Okay, so my dad made me watch this movie called It when I was like 5 years old. So then I watched it and I was obsessed with it. And like my mom just said, I was Pennywise for Halloween at the age of 6. And
Goose was her Georgie in a little raincoat.
and I never really stopped not liking the movie. I kind of just forgot about it after a while. And then, like, a month or two ago, I rediscovered it and I was like, oh my gosh, this movie's a thing. And I watched it. And then I don't think I stopped watching it. I fell asleep to it like every single night. I just nonstop watched it. Because especially now that I'm older and I actually understand what they're talking about and the jokes, you guys definitely need to watch it. That movie's so peak.
So, but I remember, was it the new one that you saw that young, or was it like the old Tim Robbins one? Or not
It
Tim
was-
Robbins, Tim.
Care.
No. Now I'm embarrassed that I'm saying the wrong name.
I mean, I just said Tim Carey, so it's okay. Who
What-
are you
which-
talking about?
The original Pennywise. Tim Curry. I didn't even look it all the way up. It's Tim Curry.
I was close.
Was it the Tim Curry one or was it the new?
It was the new one.
Okay.
Bill Skarsgård.
Correct. So you watched the new one, and we went and saw it too in theaters, which the first 20 minutes of that movie, I do not recommend you let any child watch. That was like damaging. But then at the end, you were crying and you were saying, I don't know if I'm sad for the Losers Club or I'm sad for Pennywise, because you have always like had a heart for Pennywise. And even when you were little, you had like a poster of him on your wall, and your friends would come over and they would be scared of it. And I would have to take it down when your friends came over.
Goose couldn't even go in my room.
But you have always loved horror movies. Like,
Yeah.
Dad just like planted that in you early on.
Yeah, my friends are always like, you didn't watch Descendants when you were younger? How don't you know about zombies? How did you not watch that? I was like, I was busy watching it, so...
What other horror movies? Y'all got all into those silent ones? What, The Silent Place or whatever?
The Quiet Place.
The Quiet Place. And then y'all watched...
Chucky, Annabelle, The Conjuring.
Yeah, you were Annabelle for Halloween one year too. That was good.
I don't even remember that.
I may not have watched horror movies with you, but I crushed at your Halloween costumes. Okay, we got off track, but that's probably going to happen. Okay, so you do choir, you do theater, you used to, well, you're coming to the end of your soccer career, which is a little bittersweet. I think sweet for you, bitter for me and Dad.
Well, it's bittersweet for me too.
No. From more sports focused to like really focus on more arts stuff. Like your regular subjects at school. What's your favorite subject and teacher?
ELA and Ms. Robertson.
And that's English language arts.
Yeah.
And that Miss Robertson is your ELA teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I feel like your ELA teacher is always your favorite. It's always your favorite subject.
Yeah, ELA's always been my favorite subject. I've always liked learning about ELA and social studies way more than math and science.
But you don't like social studies now? I picked you up early today and you were happy that I was picking you up during social studies.
That's because I don't like Mr. McCarthy.
I thought you had a sub today.
Well, I don't like the work he gives either.
Oh, okay.
Like, the overall topic of social studies is really interesting, but the way some people teach it is not.
Gotcha. So what's your least favorite subjects and teacher and why?
My least favorite subject is science, but my least favorite teacher is Mr. McCarthy. If we're talking about this year core classes specifically.
Not Mr. Van.
Okay, going into the new year, I decided to forgive everyone that's ever done me wrong, and Mr. Bea has proven himself to be not that bad.
Well, that's good to hear. And I think that's really like growing up of you to like let past stuff go. I don't think we need to get into all that. Unless you want to.
I think it'd be a good story.
I think it would be too then. Go for it. I just didn't want to do it if you didn't want to.
Okay, so let's go back to, okay, I don't know the dates, never mind. A while ago,
It was like fall of last year, like the fall semester.
This is a funny story. Okay, so I'm in algebra. I'm doing my work. I look up, and then the kid across from me is uh, staring at his computer and touching himself inappropriately. So obviously, I gasp because that's insane. I would have never thought to see it. And then everyone's like, What happened? Why'd you just gasp?" So they just like follow my eyes and they see it too. So of course with that kind of stuff, if you're gonna do that at school and people see it, you're gonna get talked about. So then we started like everyone in the school found out. And then the one day during lunch, Mr. Baya pulled me out and he was like, "I don't know why you would spread such horrible rumors. You know he's already doesn't have like good luck with his social life and you just had to make it worse. I don't know why you would do that. I expect way better from you. This is horrible. You're horrible. Blah blah blah." I can't really remember. So then
Can I just interject though?
Yeah.
But like the gist of it is that like a male authority figure pulled a 13-year-old female student out of the lunchroom and like he's the person of authority and he like really like made you feel really ashamed when you didn't like ask to see that.
Yeah.
You didn't like none of it. Like it's just it's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
That now, there were just so many layers of it that were like so not good.
Mm-hmm.
So not good.
Yeah. So then I'm like tearing up because then I'm like, why did I talk about it when I didn't talk about it first off? So
he made you start questioning yourself.
Yeah. It was a whole thing. So then he was like, "So what did you see? What made you do that?" I was like, "Well, I just looked up during the class and I saw him doing that. And I didn't mean for everyone to find out." And then he was like, "Do you really think he would be doing that? That is so out of character." I was like, "Well, I don't know. That's just what I saw. I think it's insane too." And then he was like, "You're going to get in serious trouble for this." So then obviously I'm not getting in trouble for something I didn't do. So first, I write this kid an apology email because I was so afraid of getting in trouble and I felt bad for the kid because I thought I did something wrong. Yeah. But then I talked to Miss Robertson and then she told the principal and then the vice principal called me in first. She's horrible, Miss Baumgartner. And she like basically she just said like he didn't do it. So I was like, "No, I'm not letting this happen." So then I went to Dr. Griffin, the actual principal. He's great. And then he like asked if I wanted to tell him what happened or write it down. So then I just like wrote down what happened. He was like, "Yeah, you're definitely not lying about this. I'm having a talk with him." And since there like wasn't enough proof or whatever, he couldn't get in trouble, but like he said like he's going to keep an eye on it and if anything happens again, go straight to him and he's going to take care of it. So, about like a little less than a month later, I'm in ELA. I look up. I think you can guess what happened. He's doing it again.
Yeah.
Because my locker is still next to this kid. Actually, I'll get to that part in a second. So, I look over at my friend, and then she's like, "Oh my God." So we go to the teacher. This is Miss Robertson's class, luckily. And then I made sure not to like make a big scene of it so then he wouldn't like stop because I wanted the teacher to see it. So then I tell Miss Robertson, she's like, "Oh, there's no way he could be doing that." But I could tell she was just trying to like get her eyes off of it. So then she's like staring at him and watching him and she definitely knows what's going on. So then she calls the principal. The principal escorts him out. He gets ISS for 3 days, which is the same amount of punishment a kid got for like spraying ketchup on the lunch table or something like that. The same amount of punishment. Like, so his locker is still right next to me. After I asked if I could not have classes with him and not be right next to him, I have algebra with him, I have advisory with him, and I have ELA with him. Nothing happened except he got 3 days of ISS.
Okay, so there's just a few things I want to point out here in addition to this story, or details from this story. One, after you got pulled out of class and then you told me and Dad about it, me and Dad emailed the school. And that's when the principal got involved. So I feel like that's an important detail because specifically the teacher told Edna, "You're the last student that I would expect to spread rumors about another student." And I just will never forget her telling me that and being like, if she's the last student you would expect to spread rumors, then why are you now standing in front of her alone, pulled out of lunch in an inappropriate situation, accusing her of spreading a rumor? Like, that's the first indicator that she wasn't spreading a rumor. So that's important.
Also, sorry, can I say something?
Yes.
Just to add, Mr. Bed knew the day before, like I wasn't there because it's something that had happened. And when he walked up to me at lunch, I was literally already tearing up because I had had such a bad day. Because the day before, like someone in my family literally passed, and he knew that.
Yeah.
So
it was a week. It was a week. And I'm sorry that it did happen a second time, but I think that was like good validation, especially since like you had been like in a position where you started to like question yourself. And then I also think it's important to note that this boy is a boy, and what he was doing can be indicative of trauma. And I feel like the school has a responsibility, and maybe they are, I don't know, it's none of my business, to protect him as well and see what might be involved there. And I'm sorry that you had to witness that, but I hope that whatever he's been through or is going through that makes him act out in this way is he's being helped with that too.
Yeah, he definitely needs help, and I hope he gets it.
Okay, well, I didn't even know we were going to talk about that. I love how this is going. I love that we're just like getting in there and that you're like feeling comfortable opening up about that stuff.
I mean,
let's go back to your theater stuff. Horror Town is the name of the play that you are in right now. Horror Town. We keep struggling with that one.
As in the movies, it sounds weird, but it's like scary movies.
So it's like spoofs.
Yeah.
And your character is like the smart, sarcastic one that doesn't die, right?
Yeah. I'm the only one that doesn't die.
What a cool role to have. You've been in a lot of different plays. How old were you when you started doing plays?
I was right before 6th grade. It was summer going into 6th grade when I did my first musical, Addams Family. It was really rough because I had a broken ankle and I didn't know how to audition. I didn't know anything about theater. I went in there with only one person I knew and I was struggling. But by the end of it, obviously I liked it because I continued to do it until now. And it's like my life at this point.
I remember you, because it was you and your cousin Bronwyn doing it together, and you did the very first day of this 2-week camp. And you were both like, please don't make us go back. Please don't make us go back. Please don't make us go back. And me and her mom, Sheila, Daniel's sister, were like, you're going back. You're doing this. But by the end of the second day, you were both like all in. And now you both are like, I mean, I think Bronwyn's more into like music than she is like theater, but you're both still like performing and like artistic and like just totally like ignited a fire in both of you. So now they've done the camp together like every summer.
Mm-hmm. And we're doing it next summer too.
And I saw on Bronwyn's Instagram, she saw Phantom
and she got opera. A sign.
Yeah, and she's
she
like,
met the cast.
Yeah, and she's like, it's like reignited her like excitement for musical theater too.
Seriously, that's cool.
And then we just had a karaoke party for Daniel's birthday. He just turned 43. And Edna and Bronwyn sang a song together and brought the house down. Grammy was telling me when I saw her yesterday, she was like, oh, but that's my mom, Grammy, was like, I was blown away by how well they were like singing and performing and singing the harmonies. Like she had no idea y'all were capable of that. She loved it.
I know Reagan looked at me and she was like, that was actually good.
Yeah.
Like, it's really funny.
What is your favorite part you've ever played?
Definitely my last show, It's a Madhouse. I was the lead. And honestly, it was just a really good experience because at first I was really nervous because the most amount of lines I'd had before that show was 35 lines. So I went from having 35 lines to 155 lines. And that was really intimidating. But I think having my mom with me helped me a lot because she was like dedicated to practicing with me every single night. And I got the lines down like right when I needed to. And it was just really nice because I had been working so hard to get a good role and I was like losing confidence because I felt like I was never like seen for I don't know how to talk. Like I was trying so hard and I could just never accomplish what I wanted to. So then I felt like I wasn't good enough at acting, but then that role really like made me I was really proud of myself.
Well, you should be. And I think it's like important to note like your journey from like the first play that you were in, summer before sixth grade. You went in the first day, had no idea what was even going to be happening with a broken ankle.
I cried during the audition. Mid song, I started crying.
And then full circle to like fall semester of your eighth grade year. It just shows that it felt like nothing was ever going to happen. It felt like, oh my gosh, nobody cares how hard I'm trying. But it's like obviously like all of those auditions and all of those plays that led up to that. And then there'll be like setbacks and there'll be smaller roles and there'll be missed roles. And then you'll probably feel like you're at your wit's end and why am I even doing this? And then you'll get another big role and it'll reignite things for you. It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough industry. What we talked about your favorite part. Anything else you want to say about theater or choir?
I love it. Theater people, choir people, music people, they're the best people. They're also like nice and welcoming. And yeah.
You're about to start voice lessons too, huh?
I'm really excited about that. I've wanted voice lessons for a long time.
That was your birthday present.
Mm.
Okay, let's take it back to fam bam stuff. What's your favorite family vacation we've ever been on?
Probably the last vacation. Wait. Yeah, the little Puerto Rico Legoland collab.
Aw, same as your brother.
Well, I can't even remember the other ones really. Like I can remember snippets of them, but you know, I think all the vacations kind of just merged together into one.
Well, there's a lot of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to remember. Remember the one year when you were gonna like do like vlogging?
And I left my camera or my iPad or something at home.
Oh my gosh. The night before we had her, it was like this special camera that could like go underwater.
Like a GoPro?
Yes, it was like a fake GoPro she had gotten for Christmas. It was just like off-brand, like a generic GoPro. You knew it.
I bragged to everyone that I got a real GoPro.
Well, you lied.
Oh my god.
So anyway, we had everything like sort of sitting next to her backpack, like on the chargers. And I remember her and I talking about the night before, like in the morning, you're going to unplug all this and shove it all in your backpack. Well, we got in line for security and I was like, we need to pull out your iPad, Edna. And it wasn't in there. So we're like in the security line, realizing like we had just been talking about all these like we were going to make like all these YouTube videos, and it was going to be like for her YouTube channel about all this vlogging, and we didn't have any of it. And it's all like coming to light like as we're going through security. And Goose is like, I don't know, like a toddler. And airport security is just stressful. I don't care who you are, it's stressful. So then we like get to the other side of security and have to just like sit there and like calm down this like poor girl who's like totally heartbroken that she doesn't have any of her stuff. We had like all these deep conversations about like this is just going to provide an opportunity for us to just be like really present and together on vacation, and me and dad will be good about putting our phones away, and we just won't even worry about any of that. You did really good. You pivoted and you got it together.
I remember the night before watching a ton of vlogs, so I knew how to like talk and record and like planning it out, and I would like fall asleep like thinking about it, and I was so excited to vlog. I thought I was gonna be like famous. But
I think that's just a rite of passage for like you and your brother's generation to like go through the whole like I'm going to be a famous YouTuber thing.
yeah.
What about like okay, so that's a childhood memory, obviously. What about like one specific like happy memory from our Puerto Rico trips? Like, is there like one activity or one thing that sticks out as like, wow, that blew my mind, or it was so funny or fun or whatever?
I honestly just loved Flamenco Beach. It was so pretty. But the only thing is, I wish I went now and not in sixth grade when I was awkward and weird and didn't know how to take photos. So I don't have any photos of that beach because I took them all in 0.5 and I didn't take any cute ones. I just put the peace sign over my face and I didn't know how to function and I was weird. Like I could have at least gotten a photo of the beach without me in it, but no, I just had to be in it and ruin the photo.
You were who you were then, and now you are who you are now, and they're both beautiful.
I know, but I don't have a beach.
In your head?
Well, Instagram can't see my head.
We'll go back, babe. We'll go back. What about childhood memories? We've already done a few, obviously, being Pennywise and watching horror movies with your dad.
I don't know.
Well, think on that. We can move on. You know what we can talk about now?
No.
You have your first boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
So tell me about when did y'all get together?
We got together December 17th.
Oh, you know the date.
And yeah.
But y'all were like getting to know each other for a while before you got together.
Yeah.
So he like said he had a crush on you, right? Mm-hmm. And that was like closer to like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And you were like, I don't even really know you that well, so I don't know if I have a crush on you back or not. Like I need to get to know you. Mm. And I think you said like I do feel like I have a crush on him, but I don't feel like I know him well enough to like be his girlfriend. Mm. And how's that going?
It's
with
good.
The boyfriend. What is it? We're coming up on it's like 2.5, almost 3 months y'all been together, huh?
Yeah.
It's good?
Yeah, it's been good. I haven't been able to see him in a while because he hasn't been to school, but we're still good.
So that's kind of vague.
Well, I'm not explaining his personal life to the world.
Okay. Okay. But anyway, he's a very, very nice boy. He's very, very nice to Edna. He's got really great hair and a great smile. So, yeah. Exciting stuff. All right, let's get into some more serious stuff.
All right.
Is that cool?
Super cool.
Being a teenager is not for the weak, right?
No.
So what would you say is the hardest part or parts about being a teenager?
I don't know how to explain it. Probably just being so like misunderstood, because with adults, being a teenage, like when you were a teenager, I feel like it was probably so much different than being a teenager now because like phones is a huge part. Social media, just like all that. So whenever I'm not saying you do this. I'm just saying when adults are like, I know how it is. It's honestly, I don't think they do because there's so many more like elements now. Because someone could text you something mean or post something mean, or just you see like so many people on social media, you know?
Are you talking about that you like compare yourself to and stuff, or just like friends?
Both.
Okay.
Like if you compare yourself or all your friends are hanging out and you weren't invited, stuff like that.
So, if you could choose between like being a teenager in the social media era that you are now, or being a teenager like in the 90s, like your mom and dad were, where we didn't really have social media, which would you choose?
Probably the 90s.
Really?
I mean, the only education I have on being a teenager in the 90s is movies, and that looks so fun.
It was pretty fun.
It was really fun.
It wasn't the worst. 90s were a good time. I will say though, it did not make us immune to finding out that our friends were hanging out without us,
I
or
know.
mean girl stuff, or like broken hearts, or I feel like the mistakes, the growing pains, the just puberty of it all, it's all so similar. Just like the circumstances of the current events and technology are different.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And I do think there is like some merit to there like being an off switch. Like we had home phones, but you would have to like call and talk to someone's mom or dad before you could get a hold of them. Like I feel like it's good, and I will be the first to admit that me and your dad are not that great at this. But like waiting to let your have kids have phones and social media, because like once you open it, it's like Pandora's box. Like you could not put it back in. And then like the importance of like limiting screen time and like taking breaks from it.
Mm-hmm.
But you haven't dealt with too much like online bullying or anything like that.
No, I haven't. I'm just saying, just social media and stuff is hard.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've gone through like some dark corners of social media when it comes to like trying to be like skinny and like compare like body image stuff, which kind of parallels like what we were dealing with like our fashion magazines and stuff in the 90s and like
Mm-hmm.
So you would rather be a teenager in the 90s?
Yeah.
What would you say is the best part about being a teenager?
I don't know. It's not fun.
The firsts are fun, right? Like first time you and your friends got to walk to the park alone.
Yeah, I guess
First
having
sleepovers.
more freedom.
First mani-pedi, first boyfriend, first kiss, first.
Yeah, those are good.
Like this is the time you get all those firsts.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like definitely great things about being an adult. Like I will always tell you, like, you couldn't pay me to go back. I definitely like being an adult better than being a teenager. But there's like feelings that like can only live in that time in your life that are like really exciting. So I hope you can hold on to those as some of your best parts. What's your skincare routine?
I don't really use skincare because I have to pay for my own stuff when it comes to things I want most of the time. So,
okay, let me just clarify. We buy like your regular run of the mill Dove, Oil of Olay, Kirkland brand from Costco. She has access to like plenty of like hygiene products. But
well,
if you want something, like if there's already shampoo and conditioner in the shower and you're like, but I want this shampoo and conditioner, then it's like, okay, well, you can use your allowance. Like, I'm going to provide you a shampoo and conditioner, but not like the fanciest.
Well, you obviously provide me with things I need. Like, I don't have to pay for things I need. But if I wanted a skincare routine, I don't need a skincare routine, so I don't pay for a skincare routine. So it's literally just moisturizer and lip balm.
But you wash your face every morning and every
Well,
night.
yeah, I wash my face.
What kind of face wash do you use?
Water.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You have face wash down there in the, what is that called? Like biome or something?
I don't feel like getting it out.
Oh my gosh, Edna. You need to be using face wash, even if it's just mine.
Why?
You need to use a cleanser. Especially because you wear makeup every day. You got to get your makeup off your face.
I wipe it off.
Edna, I am learning this in real time. I've taught you better than this.
My face looks fine.
Your face is beautiful. You have to take good care of your skin for the longevity of it.
All right.
But you do moisturize.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important. So water and moisturizer, that's what we're working with, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, my face used to break out more when I had a long skincare routine.
Well, yeah, because you like all y'all were like using products that were like made for me, made for like middle-aged women. Your skin didn't need it. So here's a funny story, because she's like better at makeup than I am. And I was asking her about concealer because I can never like make concealer look good underneath my eyes without it like just like sinking into all my fine lines and just like making me look older. And so I was like, you need to help me figure out how to do concealer. And she was like, well, I think you just like aren't using like an expensive enough one. And I was like, Edna, I think maybe you just don't have any like fine lines and wrinkles around your eyes. So maybe like any old concealer is going to look fine on you because you don't even really need it. So yeah, that was funny. Like maybe she can't teach me how to use concealer because she's not dealing with the same kind of skin underneath her eyes as I am. Let's do a little quick rapid fire like critique of me and Dad. So what are ways that you feel like you're like me and or Dad? You can go me first or Dad first. How are you like us?
I think I'm like you in the way I think I'm pretty outgoing and empathetic, and I feel like a lot of people like lean their head on my shoulder and ask me for advice and stuff like that in the way that you are. And I think with Dad, I'm pretty I
mean, you can sing like Dad.
Yeah, I think I get a lot of singing from him, and
you don't think your sense of humor is like his?
Yeah, I guess I'm funny like him.
Well, I'm funny.
Well,
okay, but I'm just not funny like y'all are funny.
Sarcastic.
Like, there we go.
We're both pretty sarcastic people. How am I like Dad?
He's outgoing too. He's like a big life of the party guy, and you like to keep
Yeah.
the party going. What, as parents, do you think we're good at?
I think like individually or like as a whole.
Either way.
Okay, the silence is making you guys sound like you're not good parents. It's just like
It's
a
okay.
hard
You can
question.
contemplate. You can contemplate. I'm not afraid of some silence.
I think that you're really good at checking up on me and always being available to me, but not in a way that's like you like have to tell me. You are like, you can tell me if you want, but if not, that's okay. Just like tell me how I can help you and I'll do whatever I can. And I think that's something you're really good at. And I think dad is really good at like pushing me to be my best self in a good way though. Like he's doesn't like yell at me 24/7 to get stuff done. He tells me like I need to do these things, but it's like I don't know the words.
Well, I mean, he's been your soccer coach for so long too. Like, I think that like laid a lot of groundwork for him to like challenge you and like encourage you, and like that teacher student sort of dynamic as father and daughter, because y'all have been doing that together for so long. Like he just became like your natural like teacher and encourager. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Well, I love that. And I'm just your little soft place to land. Thank you for saying that. That was really sweet.
You're welcome. Thanks for being there for me.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be. How could we be better? What do we do that sucks? You can say it.
That's such a hard question.
It's not loaded. I think I asked Goose the same thing.
I don't think I got that far.
You did not listen that far in the episode. He said that he just wished we'd spend more time with him. Do you wish we'd spend more time with you too?
I feel like me and you spend a lot of time with each other. Especially when we're in the plays and then we just hang out.
That's why Dad's so sad about you not playing soccer anymore. You get that, right? That's like y'all's thing. That and horror movies.
But Goose is taking all of our other things.
Goose is not taking your things. He just gets to enjoy them too.
He does not get to enjoy them with Dad. He took all the things. The only thing we had is soccer, but I don't really like soccer anymore, so Goose took all the things.
Okay. Well, y'all are going to have to work that out.
Yeah. Well, I'll split it in half with Goose. I get Hamilton, and he can have other stuff. Actually, I get all my things back. They have like Star Wars and stuff. They can take that. I get my things back.
Okay. Y'all can't all watch horror movies together though?
Nope. Goose is gross. He has a whole rash on his face.
He does not have
licks his face.
Okay. The rash is gone. You want me to start outing you for some of the gross things you had going on when you were 9?
Okay, and then I'll add it up to what Goose has done, which is 10 times worse.
Okay, we haven't even talked about your brother at all, though, because, like, say some nice things about your brother, too.
He is liked by his peers.
And you love him.
Yeah.
And you look forward to having a close relationship with him in the future, right? As you two get older. Because y'all are going to be friends and take care of each other and spend time together, right? You promise?
I promise as long as he promises to not smell like BO.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he might still stink a little bit sometimes. I don't know what kind of adult he's going to be. What if he decides he doesn't want to use any kind of chemicals or any kind of aluminum or anything, and then he just has a natural scent all the time? You're just not going to be friends with him?
We could be friends on the phone.
Edna, you cannot ostracize your brother
I'll
if
buy
he
him
has
a
body
deodorant.
if he has body odor.
I'll buy him a deodorant.
That's not a good enough reason to not be close with your brother.
I'm joking.
All right, we'll put a pin in that one. It's getting past my bedtime here.
Me too.
It's 8:30. Okay, let's talk about future Edna. Where are you headed? Where are you going? College, career, family? What do you picture for yourself?
Okay, so in high school, I definitely want to focus on all the theater stuff. And then I really want to be an actor, but I'm not sure if that's really going to happen because I don't think that's like with acting, it's kind of just luck. And I don't know if I'm going to have the best luck because there are so many talented people, and it really sometimes it just doesn't matter about talent. So, like, no matter how hard I try, there's still a big chance I'm not going to become an actor. So, I don't really have a backup plan yet, but I'll figure it out. Um, I want to be an actor, so I want to stay here just because that's the most reasonable thing to do, and it wouldn't be complicated, and it would just be nice to like stay where I grew up and not have to like do a whole moving thing. So I might want to go to college at like Webster, so that I also don't have to move out immediately because like money and stuff. And they also have a good theater program there. And
you can stay with your mommy.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Until you kick me out.
I would never.
But I do want to have a family. Probably 2 kids.
This is new information for me.
Really?
Yeah, you've always said you don't want kids.
I said that when I was like 10.
Okay, well, I guess that's the last time we talked about it.
Because that's when I found out how babies were made, and I never wanted to have kids after that.
Okay.
But probably 2 kids because one kid, the kid would get lonely, and then also I feel like you need to experience having a sibling, as annoying as they are. And then 2 kids is perfect because 3 kids, then there's like gonna be an odd one out. Like there's gonna be like 2 closer ones and one that's kind of like out. We want them to all feel included. And yeah, 2 kids is just perfect.
Well, me, Ruthie, and Pam have worked out the 3 of us thing, but I feel like growing up there was always like an odd one out. But now we're good. Like it's all settled in.
And then also, I don't really want 3 kids. That's a lot of work.
That is a lot of kids. Your dad and I agree. We were like, we don't want to be outnumbered.
Yeah, 2 is good.
So you want to be married and all that stuff?
Yep.
Cool.
My backup plan is to become the cool aunt that's just single and just going around everywhere and having fun.
But what if Goose has body odor? Are you going to be able to be around his kids?
I'll be Sophia's kid's aunt.
Oh, okay. Sophia's the bestie.
Yeah.
Okay. Just you better let Sophia know she can't be having any body odor. That's a deal breaker for you. Well, I mean, I feel like there's so much about you we have not touched on, but I'll just have to have you on again sometime because it's time for my sleepy time tea.
Yeah, I'm really bad at this. I kept talking and saying like and saying and then trailing off. I don't really know how to talk. So
I really like how it's just how me and you really talk to each other. That's how I was hoping it would be. So I don't think you should feel dumb about just being yourself. Definitely not. And I think everybody's going to be really excited to hear from you. Well, we're going to go to bed. I'm going to go have my nighttime tea. And Edna's going to snuggle with her 75 stuffies and probably spend too much time on social media. I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.